Wait. I remember you. You must be the one who saved me years ago, said the alien queen. Eli Mercer gripped the scorched arm of the final refugee and yanked him free from the shuttle's maw. Flames licked the hull behind them. The alien wheezed, scales cracked and oozing. Eli slung the body over his shoulder and sprinted across the landing pad, boots pounding cracked ferrocrete. He dumped the refugee with the others, 15 in total, huddled in the quarantine lane. Smoke poured from the shuttle's vents. Eli grabbed the manual clamp from his belt, a heavy iron jaw forged for exactly this. He slammed it onto the hatch release, cranking until gears ground and sealed. Fire whooshed inside. Contained. Alarms blared. Palace floodlights snapped on. Blinding white. Boots thundered. Royal guards in obsidian armor swarmed the lane, plasma rifles leveled at Eli's chest. Their leader, a scarred captain with roquettes slashed across his pauldron, barked into his comm. Unauthorized human. Drop to your knees. Quarantine breach. Eli raised empty hands, slow and deliberate. His extractor suit smoked from re-entry burns, but he stood straight. The refugees groaned behind him. One clutched a seeping wound. These people need triage, Eli said, his voice cut through the sirens, calm as a checklist. Burns first, move them inside. Roquette advanced, rifle steady. Human contractors stay in the outer bays. You breached protocol. Guards, cuff him. Lasers hummed to charge. Eli didn't flinch. He eyed the refugees. 3 critical, lungs filling with chem fumes. Delay killed. A voice sliced the tension, sharp, regal. Wait, I remember you. Guards froze. Ellie turned. Through the smoke coiled a figure in iridescent robes, taller than the rest, her crest of crystalline spines glowing under the lights. Queen Saren Val, her eyes, golden slits, locked on him. She pushed past Roquette, guards parting like waves. Roquette stiffened. Majesty, this human. Silence, Captain. Saren's gaze never left Eli. She stepped closer, ignoring the quarantine markers smeared with shuttle slag. The crash on Velar Prime, 5 cycles ago.
You pulled me from the wreck, sealed the breach with your bare hands while my shuttle burned.
Eli nodded once. Memory clicked. The Queen's shuttle, ambushed by pirates. He'd clamped it mid-evac, ignoring hull breaches. Routine job. You, she said. Ellie Mercer, guards muttered. Roquette lowered his rifle a fraction. He is the contractor? Unverified. Saren waved him off. Verified by me.
Stand down. Weapons power down.
Eli lowered his hands and knelt by the nearest refugee, checking vitals with a wrist scanner. Pulse weak. He tore open a med patch, slapped it on the alien's neck. Payment protocols later, Eli said. I need medical access. Full bay. Now. Saren tilted her head, spines flickering. You refuse advance fees? As before? Work first. Eli stood, scanning the group. Triage line, Burns to the front. I'll sort them. Roquette bristled. Quarantine demands isolation. Palace protocol. Protocol loses lives. Eli pointed at a refugee convulsing. That one's chem burned. Antidote in 10 minutes or he's gone. Your call. Saren's spines flared briefly. Approval? She turned to Roquette. Grant him access. Double the bay guards. Roquette scowled but signaled. Med-drones whirred forward. Eli directed them with clipped orders, human speak mixed with basic Zikari clicks he'd picked up on contract runs. He hauled 2 more to cots himself, daunching bleeds with pressure seals. Nima Vale arrived then, the palace archivist, her data gauntlets humming, sharp-eyed, feathers ruffled from a sprint. Majesty. Shuttle logs show sabotage, engine sabotage, refugees from the outer rim, fleeing Varuan's blockade. Saren's spines dimmed. Lord Primate Cathvorin, again. Eli paused mid-bandage, ears pricking. Names meant politics. Politics meant traps. Roquette spat. The Lord Primate calls it a security crisis, demands your abdication for stability, his fleet's mass at the core worlds. Saren faced Eli fully now. Refugees stabilized around them. Medbays hummed. Guards watched. Wary. You saved me once without throne or credit, she said. My empire fractures. Betrayers in the palace. Keth stages hunts to flush me out, protect the queen. until he claims the crest. I need a protector who sees danger as work, not glory. Eli wiped blood from his hands. Routine shifted. Empires collapsed fast. He'd evac 3 this cycle. But her eyes held steel. Contract terms? He asked. No payment. My loyalty if we survive. Protect me through the hunt. To the core sanctum. Roquette growled. A human? Against Voruan's elite? Eli checked his gear. Clamp. Scanner. Sidearm. Loaded. I've outperformed protocol before. Nima tapped her gauntlet. Evidence points inward. Traitor signals from the archive wing. Saren extended a clawed hand. Not royal flourish. Equals. Eli clasped it, grip firm. Alarms wailed anew. Distant booms shook the pad. Orbital strikes. Roquette drew his rifle. Intruders. Voruan's vanguard. Eli moved first. Triage hold. Queen. With me. Flank left. Guards hesitated. Saren nodded. They followed. Eli led them into the palace undercroft, smoke still clinging to his suit. Dim lumens flickered. Pipes hissed steam. He scanned corners. Methodical. Roquette matched pace. Rifle up. Humans charge blind. We hold lines. Blind gets you flanked. Eli pointed at a side vent. Grill loose. There, ambush spot. He pried it open with the clamp. Inside. Shadows shifted. 2 infiltrators in Voruan black, blades drawn. Plasma cracked. Eli rolled, fired twice. Center mass. They dropped. Guards stared. Nima logged it. 2 kills. No alarm trigger. Saren's spines glowed steady. As on Velar, they pressed on. Corridors narrowed. Murals of ancient queens cracked from quakes. Eli checked his scanner. Biosigns ahead. Clustered. 10 hostiles, he said. Bottleneck trap. Roquette primed grenades. Protocol. Breach and suppress. Eli shook head. Too loud. Queen exposed. He eyed a service grate overhead. Up. I drop in behind. Nima frowned. Zykari bulk. Human size. She scrambled, feathers snagging. Then Saren. Claws scraping. Roquette last, grumbling. Eli sealed the grate, crawled through ducts, sweat beading. Heat sensors pinged. Hostiles below. He dropped silent, clamp first. Cracked a neck. Sidearm whispered 3 more. Guards poured in from above. Mop up. Roquette clapped Eli's shoulder. Tentative respect. Outperformed. Saren knelt by a fallen infiltrator prying a data slate. Keth's seal. He hunts personally now. Core sanctum breached. Explosions rocked closer. Nima decrypted fast. Traitor confirmed. Inner council. But one's missing. A shadow lunged from side passage. Blade arced for Saren. Eli tackled. Rolled. Fired point blank. The attacker gurgled. Roquette's second. No. A decoy guard. Saren rose. Unscathed. You saw it. Job. Eli. Reloaded. Nima's gauntlet beeped. Signal trace. Keth's shuttle docks in 5. Full coup. Zarin faced them. Throne room loomed ahead, doors ajar. Shouts echoed within. Core sanctum, she said. My crest. We claim it, or Empire falls. Eli nodded. Guards flanked her now, eyes on him, not suspicion. Alliance. Roquette grinned fangs. Human leads breach. They charged. Lasers flew. Eli clamped a door mid-swing, sealing reinforcements out. Inside, Keth Voruan on the dais, crest and claws, fleets lit the viewport. His armada. You dare? Keth roared. Saren strode forward. I dare with better. Eli covered her advance. Shots precise. Nima jammed comms. Roquette flanked hard. Keth lunged. Eli met him. Clamp versus claw. Metal rang. Eli metal rang as Eli's clamp locked Keth's claw mid-strike. The Lord Primate snarled, shoving forward with twice Eli's mass. Eli twisted, using the alien's momentum to hurl him sideways. Keth crashed into a console, sparks flying. Saren kept advancing, voice steady. Yield, Keth. Your armada turns at my crest. Keth bounded up, eyes blazing. Your crest? Stolen relic? He snatched a plasma blade from his belt, igniting it with a hiss. Eli stepped between them, clamp raised. Roquette circled left, rifle trained. Nima's fingers flew over her gauntlet. jamming signals harder. Outside the viewport, fleet icons flickered. Keth's ships holding fire, but not for long. Keth lunged at Eli. Blade slashed high. Eli ducked, clamp snapping at the wrist guard. It connected, denting armor. Keth roared, backhanding with his free claw. Eli took the hit, shoulder numbing, but rolled into it, fired his sidearm point blank into the knee joint. Keth staggered. Plasma blade swung wild. Eli sidestepped, clamp wrenching the weapon free. It clattered across the dais. Roquette fired a burst, pinning Keth against the throne. "Surrender!" Keth laughed, bitter. "Traitors all!" He triggered a wrist comm. Explosives hummed beneath the floor. Eli spotted the vibration first. Down. He tackled Saren behind a pillar as the dais erupted. Shrapnel pinged off walls. Roquette dove. Nema flattened. Smoke cleared. Keth rose from rubble. Crest clutched tight. His shuttle bay beacon pulsed on Nema's scan. Escape vector live. Eli charged through haze. Clamp extended. Keth swung the crest like a club. Eli blocked, arm vibrating. Pushed closer, knee to gut. Keth wheezed, dropping low. Saren rose, guards converging. "The crest!" Eli grappled, clamp pinning Keth's arm. The alien thrashed, claws raking Eli's vest. Fabric tore, skin burned. Eli ignored it, twisted hard, bones cracked. Crest fell free. Keth headbutted. Stars exploded in Ellie's vision. He headlocked, driving the Lord down. Sidearm pressed to temple. "Drop it." Keth spat blood. "Empire needs strength, not your weakness." Roquette clamped cuffs. "Strength? You mean betrayal?" He yanked Keth up, guards swarming. Saren retrieved the crest. Golden metal gleamed, etched with her lineage. She slotted it into the throne console. Hollow display bloomed. Fleet overrides engaged. Keth's armada icons inverted. Weapons powering down. Loyal ships surged into blockade. Nema exhaled. Comms clear. Broadcast live. Queen restored. Shouts echoed from corridors. Reinforcements loyal to Saren. The core sanctum secured. Eli reloaded. Scanning exits. Routine check. Sarian approached, crest pulsing at her side. "You treat my throne like a package pickup." "Job," Eli said. He wiped blood from his brow. Roquette nodded, fangs bared in approval. Outperformed protocol again. Human leads. Nema pocketed her slate. Data confirms. Keth's network gutted, but echoes. Off-world allies. Saren placed a claw on Eli's shoulder. Light, like equals. "Mercer, you saved me once as refugee. Now as queen. My empire owes you." Eli shrugged. Extraction complete. Alarms blared anew. Nema's gauntlet flashed. "Shuttle breach, Keth's elite boarding from sublevels." Roquette spun. "They'll hit the bay." Saren straightened. "We hold the sanctum, Eli." He checked his clamped charge. Stack left, breach right. Nema jams doors. Guards moved without question. Roquette at point, Eli center with Queen. They funneled into the approach corridor. Lasers cracked from shadows. Eli signaled halt. "Hand up. Universal stop." He peeled emergency tape from a wall kit, stringing it low across the hall. Low-tech barrier. Hostiles rushed, tripped hard. Roquette picked them off. Clever. Eli flanked, clamp silencing the last. Crowd control basics. Saren watched, crest humming approval codes. Fleets realigned fully now, her command absolute. But Nema hissed. Keth escaped cuffs, signal outbound. They burst into the bay. Keth's shuttle ramp lifted, engines whining. Keth sprinted aboard, elites covering. Eli sprinted. "Cover fire!" Clamp fired grapple line, latching the ramp edge. He swung aboard mid-lift. Lasers scorched air. Elites turned. Eli clamped one's rifle, yanked, fired into the pack, rolled behind crates. Keth bellowed from cockpit. "Die, human!" Eli advanced, methodical. Clamp crushed a scope. Sidearm dropped too. Last elite lunged. Ellie sidestepped, tripped him into the ramp mechanism. It slammed shut on his leg. Shuttle lurched skyward. Docking clamps strained. Eli reached the cockpit hatch, breached with clamp override. Keth whirled, plasma pistol drawn. "You end here." Eli fired first. Shot winged the arm. Pistol clattered. Clamp locked the controls. Emergency stasis, shuttle shuddered. Bay tractor pulled it back. Roquette's voice crackled. Got you. Eli cuffed Keth proper, dragged him out as ramp dropped. Saren waited, guards in formation. Keth slumped, defeated. Impossible. One human. Saren took his comms. Broadcast your confession. Empire watches. Nema synced it live. Hollow screens across stations lit. Keth's voice, damning admissions. Fleets cheered in formation. Crowds below surged, not panic, but unity. Roquette clapped Eli's back. You lead breaches like breathing. Training, Eli said. He triaged a cut on his arm. Routine. Saren faced him. Crest proffered. Wear this R. My personal contractor. Empire's shield. Eli eyed it. Heavy symbol. Just the job. She smiled. Rare. Genuine. Claws touched his impact. More than job. Kinship. Guards knelt. Roquette saluted fist to chest. Nema nodded sharp. Evidence builds. You're irreplaceable. Ellie scanned the bay. Clear, but Nema's gauntlet beeped soft. Off-world ping. Keth's allies stirring. Saren turned to viewport. Armada saluted. We rebuild. With you. Eli nodded. Duty called. Next extraction loomed. Explosions lit the outer rim. Incoming hostiles. Roquette grinned. Round 2? Eli checked ammo. Stack up. They moved as one. Human and aliens. Bound tighter than blood. Empire held. But war knocked. Saren glanced back. Why risk all? Mercer. Eli clamped his vest shut. Person in danger. That's the contract. Her eyes gleamed awe. Then contract forever. Lasers streaked inbound. Eli signaled charge. They met the storm. Together, bay doors sealed behind. Alarms wailed. Nema decrypted the new threat. Keth's shadow fleet, jumping in system now. Roquette loaded fresh cells. Human plan? Eli eyed schematics on wall panel. Hijack their lead ship. Board from the sanctum arrays. Saren gripped her crest. Bold. Effective. Eli said. They launched drones. Empire's dawn ignited. Not in fire, but resolve. Human resolve. Queen Saren's crest flared red. Sealed audience. Verified channels only. No exceptions. Eli Mercer stood at the chamber's edge. Medkit humming soft against his thigh. Palace guards snapped to position. Iridescent scales glinting under emergency strobes. The Queen's eyes locked on him. Battered armor still scarred from the rim skirmish. Her empire teetered. Betrayal festered inside these walls. Court dismissed, she barked. Nobles hissed protests, but biometric scanners whirred. Voices routed through vetted holos only. Eli scanned the room. No hidden mics. Good. Roquette, captain of her security, crested high in challenge. Majesty, protocols. Overruled. Saren thrust a data slate at Eli. Audit the route. Keth's security crisis masks his coup. We evacuate to the Sanctum Bay. Now. Eli pulled the slate. Hollow map bloomed. Ceremonial corridor, gilded arches, guard posts every 10 meters. Perfect for an ambush. No. Too exposed. Roquette spun. Human insolence. That path honors the throne. Rejects the queen. Eli traced an alternate. Service tunnels. Dim conduits snaking under the palace guts. Ugly. Clogged with vents. Waste recyclers. But narrow. Defensible. This one. Nema Vale, the archivist analyst, leaned in from her console. Her gauntlet flickered data streams. Evidence. Supports. Keth's allies pinged that corridor thrice. Roquette bared fangs. Service paths breached dignity. Unmapped blind spots. Eli holstered the slate. Timed walkthrough. You versus me. First to Sanctum Bay wins. Full gear. The captain's scales rippled outrage. You dare challenge royal command? Saren's claw silenced him. Accepted. Prove your worth, Mercer. Roquette stacked his team. 4 elites. Pulse rifles primed. Eli went solo. Medkit. Sidearm. Vest. No frills. Go, Saren triggered. Roquette bolted ceremonial route. Eli dropped into service tunnels. Boots. Splashed effluent. Air reeked of ozone and rot. He vaulted a recycler grate. Scanner pinging weak spots. Motion ahead. Steam vent. Eli sidestepped, timed the hiss. Clear. Holocom buzzed. Nima's voice. Captain's team hits first post. Clean. Eli pushed. Conduit narrowed. Claws? No. Loose panel. He wedged through, vest scraping. Echoes of Roquette's boots faded behind gilded walls. Ambush drill, Eli muttered. Imagined shooters. He rolled low, fired suppressed rounds into shadows. Clear. Nima cut in. Captain delayed. Protocol scan triggered false alarm. Eli grinned. Humans didn't wait for scans. They moved. Final chute dropped steep. Eli slid, boots breaking on slime. Emerged in Sanctum Bay. Word 14 elapsed. Roquette burst through main doors at 6:02, sweating. Scales dulled. His team panted. Eli stood calm, route approved. The captain stared. Impossible. How? Job. Eli wiped his hands. No more. Saren rose. Authority waiver. She slashed her claw across the slate. Digital ink bound. Full override. My life in your hands. Roquette stiffened. Majesty. She ignored him. Pulled a crystal key from her crest. Life access codes. Empire vaults. Armories. Escape pods. All hers. She pressed it into Eli's palm. Warm. Pulsing. Wear this. Objections? Roquette crested low. Silent. Nima's gauntlet beeped. Traitor trace. Lord Primate Keth Voruan. Security crisis was his signal. Shadow fleet inbound. Saren nodded. Mercer leads. Evac now. Eli clipped the crystal to his vest. Stack up. Service path. They moved. Roquette fell in beside him. Rifle ready. No words. Respect gleamed in his eyes. Tunnels swallowed them. Drips echoed. Eli led point scanner sweeping. Nima flanked Saren decrypting feeds. Keth's guards converging on ceremonial route. Blind. Good call, Roquette grunted. Eli signaled halt. Vent ahead hissed steam. He tossed a probe drone. Screamed back. Hostiles, 2 clicks up. Flank, Eli said. Roquette nodded. Split his team. Eli and Nima pushed with Queen. Clash erupted behind. Pulses cracked stone. Roquette roared triumph. Nima glanced at Eli. Your paths, alien protocols blind us. Human eyes see straight. Teamwork, Ellie said. Simple. Saren gripped his arm. Claws gentle. You treat throne like cargo, person like kin. Contract, but her awe hit deep. Aliens built empires on ceremony. Humans on grit. Bay doors loomed. Alarms wailed. Nima decrypted. Keth's lockdown. Biometrics jammed. Eli raised the crystal. Queen's pulse synced to his medkit. Doors irised open, smooth. Roquette rejoined, dragging a stunned traitor scout. Interrogate? Eli checked scopes. Fleet signatures bloomed, later. Load shuttles. Saren boarded first. Crest high. You audit lives like roots. Reject the pretty trap. Eli sealed the ramp. Danger's a job. Do it right. Shuttle thrummed. Stars wheeled. Nima patched fleet comms. Keth's lead ship vectors in. Boarding arrays hot. Roquette loaded cells. Human plan? Eli eyed schematics. Hijack it. Sanctum drones for cover. Saren's eyes gleamed. Bold. Roquette grinned. Effective. Explosions rocked the void. Hostiles jumped in system. Eli signaled. Stack up. They launched. Lasers streaked. Drones swarmed. Nima decrypted fire patterns. Alien precision locked targets. Eli piloted evasive bursts. Human instinct. Boarding tube, Roquette yelled. Eli Mag clamped first. Breached Keth's lead ship. Corridors swarmed guards. Pulse fire. Eli rolled. Tag 2. Medkit auto triage. Minor burns. Clear. Saren covered flank. Royal blade flashing. Precise strikes. Queen fought like soldier. Roquette barreled through. Scales armored thick. Bridge ahead. Nima hacked doors. Traitor logs downloading. Keth's full network exposed. Betrayer himself waited on bridge. Lord Primate Keth Voruan. Robes torn. Plasma cannon humming. Usurper. The throne falls. Eli stepped forward. Calm. Not today. Keth fired. Eli dodged, crystal pulsing override. Ship systems turned, shields dropped, his cannon jammed. Roquette charged, pinned him. Saren faced the Lord. Evidence damns you. Keth spat. Human pet blinds you. Eli checked restraints. Just the job. Nima beamed data to Empire Fleet. Reinforcements warped in. Keth's shadow fleet crumbled. Captured ships flipped allegiance. Back aboard Sanctum Arrays, Saren faced Eli. Crest proffered. Wear this honor. My personal contractor. Empire's shield. Eli eyed it. Heavy symbol. Just the job. She smiled. Rare, genuine. Claws touched his impact. More than job. Kinship. Guards knelt. Roquette saluted fist to chest. Outperformed protocol. You lead next breach. Nima nodded sharp. Evidence builds. Irreplaceable. Eli scanned the bay. Clear. But Nima's gauntlet beeped. Off-world ping. Keth's remnants stirring. Saren turned to viewport. Armada saluted. We rebuild with you. Explosions lit the outer rim. Incoming hostiles. Roquette grinned. Round 2, Eli checked ammo. Stack up. They moved as one, human and aliens, bound tighter than blood. Alarms wailed. Nima decrypted. Keth's final fleet, desperate jump. Eli eyed wall panel schematics. Hijack their lead again. From arrays, Saren gripped crest. Done. Drones launched. Empire's dawn ignited. Resolve burned bright. Why risk all, Mercer? Saren asked, eyes wide with alien awe. Eli clamped vest. Person in danger. That's the contract. Her gaze held forever promise. Lasers inbound. They charged into storm. Together. Blaster fire chewed the bulkhead. Eli Mercer ducked low, vest humming with shield feedback. Shouts echoed from the corridor. Voron's loyalists, seals snapping shut on every hatch. Palace lockdown initiated, boomed a broadcast voice, crisp and forged. Queen Saren Val deemed medically unfit for duty. Lord Primate Keth Voron assumes regency per Protocol 914. Eli's gauntlet pinged. Saren's crest icon flashed urgent. He sprinted down the service gantry, boots pounding grated deck. Drones whirred overhead, red lights scanning for movement. Her chamber doors hissed open at his approach. Saren stood amid toppled consoles, crest pulsing faint blue. Blood streaked her iridescent scales. Fresh from some medical exam, her eyes locked on him, wide with recognition. Mercer, her voice rasped, claws flexing. They come for my throne. Again. Eli scanned the room, 2 guards down, vitals flat. He knelt by the nearest. Checked pulse. Gone. Decoy first, then we move. She nodded, disciplined even now. No panic. Just the monarch who'd once clasped his hand in kinship. He slapped a holoprojector on the deck. It flickered to life. A convoy sim of armored skiffs blasting from the main bays. Loyalist chatter spiked on his command. Bait taken. Captain Roquette. Eli keyed open channel. Status. Protocol demands we hold the throne room. Roquette's growl cut through static. Blaster coughs punctuated his words. Vorun's teams breach upper levels. Forget protocol. Service tunnels. Now. Silence. Then boots thundered closer. Eli pulled his plasma cutter from vest pouch. Wall panel schematics overlaid his visor. Maintenance access unmonitored. He ignited the blade. Sparks flew as it sliced durasteel like foil. Molten edges glowed. Saren gripped her scepter rifle, covering the door. You breach palace walls. For me, person in danger. Eli carved the last seam. Panel clanged free. Dark tunnel yawned. Vents humming cool air. That's the job. He boosted her through first. She landed light, claws scraping ladder rungs. Eli followed, hauling the panel shut behind. Autosalent foam hissed from his pack, welding it seamless. Calm crackled. Nima Vale's voice, sharp as ever. Mercer, logs scraped. Medical orders of fake. Timestamp glitch chains to Voruin's office relay. Broadcasting proof to Fleet Command. Good work. Eli dropped into the tunnel, motioning Saren ahead. Pipe stripped condensation. His boots splashed shallow puddles. Roquette? A scuffle echoed topside. Changing course, Roquette barked. Your route. Protocol be damned. Eli grinned under his visor. Aliens adapting. Fast. They crawled single file. Saren's tail brushing his knee. Her breathing steadied. Queen turned survivor. Last time you saved me from wreckage, now this farce. Contracts, stack. He checked rear scanner. Drones pinged distant. Decoy pulling heat. Tunnel forked. Left to bays, right to arrays. Eli tapped schematic. Arrays. Hijack comms. Call reinforcements.
She hesitated. Claws scraped metal.
Vorun erases me. Empire crumbles without proof.
Proofs incoming.
Nema cut in. Fleet vectors shift. Hold 5. Blaster whine pierced the bulkhead ahead. Voruan's hunters. Scanners lit 4 signatures. Li yanked Saren into cover. A coolant junction, pipes thick as thighs. Suppress. She fired first. Scepter bolts lanced blue plasma, chewing the hatch. Eli rolled out, rifle barking precise bursts. 2 hunters dropped, shields flaring out. Roquette burst from a side vent, blade humming. He slashed the 3rd, mandibles clicking fury. Outperformed again, human. Teamwork. Eli tagged the last with a stun round. Body slumped. Saren rose, crest flaring bright. Forward. They pushed to the array nexus. Consoles glowed under emergency red. Eli jacked his gauntlet. Code scrolled. Vorun's overrides crumbling under Nema's hacks. Ping confirmed. Nema reported. His chains exposed. Loyalists fracturing. Roquette sealed the hatch. His eyes, multifaceted, fixed on Eli. You got walls. Ignore protocol. Why? Eli patched Fleetlink. Reinforcements warped in. Icons blooming. Danger's a job. Royals bleed same as crew. Saren touched his shoulder. Claws gentle. You treat me as person. Not crown. Footsteps hammered outside. Vorun himself. Scanner showed 6 heavies. Breaching charges priming. Eli unslung breaching kit. Nema. Arrays hot? Hot. Broadcast live. Queen fit. Voru and traitor. Explosions rocked the hatch. Roquette stacked with Eli. Saren covered console. We hold. Eli nodded. Stack up. Hatch buckled. Blasters spat. Eli leaned. Fired. Headshot clean. Roquette charged. Blade reaping. Saren's scepter sang. Dropping 2. Last hunter lunged. Eli sidestepped. Baton cracking carapace. It crumpled. Silence fell. Alarms shifted. Loyalist channels flipping. Roquette lowered blade. Fist to chest salute. You lead breaches now. Protocol evolves. Nema's face hollow popped up. Evidence irrefutable. Varun's office raided. He's pinned. Saren straightened, blood drying to scars. She faced Eli, crest extended. This honor. Wear it. Empire's shield. Eli eyed the heavy symbol, slotted it onto vest. Just the job. Her smile cracked scales. Rare, genuine, claws clasped his. Kinship. Guards knelt outside, bays clearing. Fleet saluted from viewports. But Nema's gauntlet beeped. Off-world ping. Vorun's shadow stirring. Explosions lit rim. Incoming. Roquette grinned. Round 2? Li checked ammo. Stack up. They moved as one. Evidence damns you. Keth spat from custody feed. Human pet blinds you. Eli checked restraints. Just the job. Nema beamed final data. Fleet reinforcements warped. Keth's remnants crumbled. Ships flipped. Back aboard, Saren faced Eli. Crest proffered again. My personal contractor. Eli clamped it down. Heavy, but earned. She smiled. Claws touched. More than job. Kinship. Guards knelt. Roquette saluted. You lead next. Nema nodded. Irreplaceable. Eli scanned bay. Clear. Off-world ping again. Keth's final desperate jump. Eli eyed wall panel. Hijack from arrays. Saren gripped crest. Done. Drones launched. Dawn ignited. Why risk all? Saren asked, awe in her gaze. Eli clamped vest. Person in danger. Contract. Lasers inbound. They charged. Together. Vorun's broadcast looped in Eli's mind as they ran tunnels anew. Lockdown fresh, but scars old. He cut another wall. Routine now. Sarian at his side, rifle hot. Roquette flanked. Your way outperforms. Nema's voice. Logs flagged new forgery. Vorun's chain again. Eli smirked. Jobs stacked endless. Blaster fire ahead. They stacked, fired, pushed, queen-like crew. Danger like shift work. Aliens followed, always built in their steps. Empire held, by human hands, and theirs. Blaster bolts scorched the tunnel wall inches from Eli's head. He rolled left, rifle barking 2 precise shots. 2 hunters dropped, their sensor packs sparking. Roquette signaled halt. Cargo locker ahead. Cover me. Eli nodded, sweeping his arc. Clear. Roquette sliced the door seal. The locker hissed open, spilling crates of plating and conduit scrap. Eli darted in, eyes scanning for utility. Shield material? Roquette hissed, mandibles clicking tension. Eli yanked a slab of durasteel plating, 2 meters by 1. He wedged it against a bulkhead brace, sparks flying as his multi-tool fused edges. Conduit coils wrapped the rim for a carry frame. 30 seconds. Done. He hefted the portable shield, 20 kilos balanced. Thrust it into Roquette's grip, hold it chest high. Angle for ricochet. Roquette tested the weight, crest's flaring surprise. Human weld? Stronger than Palace Forge. Scraps, scrap. Move. Roquette led, shield forward. Silent advance. Alien sensor discipline masked their biosignatures. Pulses damped, steps vibrationless, perfect for their tunnel web. Eli covered blind angles, no tech, just ears. Faint scrape left, he fired blind, screen echoed. Hit, blind shot, Roquette whispered, not breaking stride. Echo off thence. Routine. Saren matched pace behind, her Royal Guard vest swapped for tactical webbing. She clutched a comm slate. Docks in 200 meters. Loyalists inbound? Nima's voice crackled from Eli's earpiece. Fleets confirm, but Vorun jams outer arrays. Saurin's claws tapped code. One authenticated phrase burst out. Vol endures. Rally docks. Sovereign command. Static cleared. Distant thrusters roared. Ships flipped allegiance. Done, Saren said. Her gaze met Eli's. Your calm steadies us. Eli checked corners. Job. Hunter struck at the junction. Barun's elites. 6 armored plasma lances primed. Bolts slammed Roquette's shield. It held, plating glowing but unbreached. Flank right, Roquette barked. Eli pivoted, rifle suppressing. 1 hunter crumpled. Saren's sidearm cracked, another down. Nima patched drone feed, 2 more vectors closing. They pushed. Shield bashed a lancer aside. Eli's boot crushed its helm. Corridor narrowed. Air recyclers whined. Depressurizing. Roquette growled. Vorun's trap. Bulkheads sealed ahead. Alarms blared. Air fled. Hiss turning to roar. Vacuum clawed. Eli yanked Saren's arm. Oxymasks. Roquette slapped his on. Nima already sealed. Saren fumbled hers. Claws snagged. Hunters advanced. Suits sealed. Lances glowing. They pinned the group in the airless stretch. No cover. Roquette's shield buckled under plasma. Eli fired, dropping 1, but oxygen burned low. His gauge blinked red. 5 minutes left. Saren's mask finally clicked. Hers read empty. Backup failed. She gasped. Mandibles fluttering. Vision dimmed. Eli ripped his canister free. Cold metal bit his gloved hand. He slammed it into her suit port. Seal locked. Her gauge greened. Ellie, no. Saren clawed at it. He shoved her behind Roquette. Queen moves. Job, plasma seared past. His lungs burned already. Stars danced. Hunters closed. Roquette roared, shield thrusting. Human fool. Your air. Eli raised rifle. Sights blurred. Fired anyway. Hit. Saren's voice fierce through comm. For Val. Docks loomed. Reinforcements hummed. But hunters swarmed. Ellie's world narrowed to breath. And none left. Roquette bashed forward. Shield a battering ram. Eli covered. Shots wild but true. 1 lungful gone. Black spots bloomed. Nima's drone buzzed overhead, lasing a hunter. Breach in 10. Old. Saren gripped Eli's shoulder, her restored breath fueling claws on her rifle. She fired beside him. Precise. Royal fury unleashed. You treat me as crew. We fight as kin. Eli nodded, vision tunneling. Another shot. Hunter down. Vorun's voice boomed from Hunter comms. Queen falls. Empire mine. Lies, Roquette snarled, mandibles wide. He spun the shield, crushing a lance. Human outperforms your protocol. Eli's chest heaved nothing. Panic flickered, then routine kicked in. Triage self last, protect the principal. Saren's broadcast rallied more. Thruster flares lit the dock view panel. Loyal ships punched through jam. Hunters faltered. One bolted. Ellie tracked. Squeezed. Missed. Lungs screamed. Roquette dragged him back. Canister back, now. No, Eli pointed. Last hunter sealed the final hatch. Airlock cycle started. Vacuum total. Saren blasted the panel. Sparks flew. No good. Eli's multi-tool out. He cut conduits by feel. Gauge 0. Stars everywhere. Done. He rasped via comm. Pre-recorded burst. Hatch groaned open. They spilled into docks. Air rushed. Roquette slammed his canister into Eli's port. Breath flooded. Eli gasped, steadying rifle. Ships docked, loyalists pouring out. Voruan's hunters retreated. Plasma fire glancing off arriving hulls. Saren faced Eli. Crests high. You gambled your life. For me, Eli checked ammo. Person in danger. Roquette clasped his arm. Grip iron. Outperforms. You lead breaches now. Nima synced data. Trader logs secured. Voruan's forgery chain breaks here, but scanners pinged. Voruan's flagship warped in. Desperate jump. Weapons hot. Eli eyed the bays. Stack up, round 3. Saren nodded. Rifle ready. Together. They charged into laser storm. Empire held. By human breath, alien steel. Eli cut a wall panel, sparks familiar, routine stacked endless. Saren flanked, fire-linked, Roquette, shielded. Nima called angles, blaster ahead. They pushed, queen-like crew, aliens awed in their steps. Voruan's end neared. But one ping lingered. Off-world shadow. Eli smirked under mask. Jobs never ended. Plasma grazed his vest. He returned fire, hit. Saren's claws brushed his, kinship sealed. Drones launched from her command. Dawn ignited bays. Why? She asked amid bolts. Awe raw. Contract, Eli said. Fired, pushed. Hunters cornered again. Airless spur. Eli's canister traded once more. No time. Roquette led silent. Eli heard the ambush first. Left. Shield up. Advance. Saren broadcast. Vol rallies. They broke through. But Voruan waited. Eli's lungs burned memory. He breathed deep. Job. Corridor ahead vacuum trapped them anew. Hunters sealed it. Eli faced Saren, canister ready. Last breath. Hers. Plasma incoming. He twisted port, gave it all. Plasma bolts chewed the hatch seals. Eli twisted the canister into Saren's grip. Her claws locked around it. He kicked the emergency override. Air rushed out. Suction yanked him back. He braced, hauled her through the narrowing gap. Hatch clanged shut. Vacuum clawed outside. Saren gasped, mask sealing. Mercer, move. Eli scanned the corridor. Red emergency lights pulsed. Scanners pinged. Hostiles converging. Voruan's strike team, closing fast. He patched comms. Nima, hangar status? Her voice crackled. Doors locked. Fake launch window leaked. Vor runes baiting it now. They'll swarm in 5. Good. Eli led the sprint. Boots pounded grated deck. Saren matched stride, rifle slung low. Roquette flanked right, shield humming. They hit the service lift. Doors hissed open, piled in. Descended. Eli pulled his multi-tool, flicked it to plasma cutter. Plan. Let 'em think they're winning. Draw to hangar. Nima broadcasts. Roquette. Scoops lieutenants. I clear bombs. Queen calls it. Sari's eyes gleamed through visor. Risky. Voruan's flagship blocks escape vectors. Job. Eli shrugged. Lift dinged. Hangar level. They spilled out into shadow-cloaked bays. Shuttles loomed like sleeping beasts. Drones hummed overhead. Nima's hacks lighting panels green. Roquette gripped his blaster. Humans. Improvised traps. My protocols demand direct assault. Eli smirked. Watch. He tapped his wristpad. Leaked ping. Royal Evac Bay 3. Launch in 3 mics. Voruan's net lit up. Dozen signatures inbound. Heavy arms. Footfalls echoed. Strike team breached the outer hatch. Voruan's voice boomed over stolen comms.